Hello farmers, my name is Wadzanai Manyore, coming to you with yet another informative edition of your program, Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness, in support of Vision 2030, where we are talking of becoming an upper middle class economy by year 2030. And today we are looking at the tobacco curing facilities that are energy saving, that are effective and efficient for our Zimbabwean farmers here. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. At this point in time, I am joined by Mr. Meeting Kavene. He is a farm consultant working here with Kutsaga. Mr. Kavene, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we get into our discussion, Mr. Kavene, I would like you to highlight the importance of barns, these curing facilities, and why is it strategic for us to be talking of curing facilities given that the tobacco production season has commenced?
Before I mention about how these barns function, I have to talk about why we need the barns before we even think of growing tobacco in the field. You must plan to have enough barns with capacity to carry whatever acreage you want to put in the field. What is called field barn ratio. It has to be perfect that way, because without barns you cannot cure your tobacco. So you find in the past, first consideration was aimed at or towards minimizing the cost of constructing of the barn itself, sidelining or avoiding the efficiencies of the barn. Hence, conventional barns using higher usage, higher fuel. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Kawene, you would find that you have been in the sector for quite some time. You are a consultant. In the past, we are used to having this conventional system of curing tobacco. Can you give a brief introduction, synopsis of the conventional system? What is it? What does it represent? The carrying capacity of these barns?
These conventional barns were designed to cater for commercial large-scale farmers then, before small-scale farmers came into tobacco production. Its carrying capacity about 2,200 clips, which is about 80,000 leaves per barn, which is a 2.5 hectare barn. The turnaround time from day of loading and day of offloading was 12 days. That's turnaround time from day of packing to day of offloading the barn. So one needed quite a number of barns in order to cater for the hectares planted in the field that time. With conventional barns, farmers those days used to cut firewood because it was plenty that time. They were so reluctant to think about how this barn is going to use. But TRB had an initiative to come up with the project of measuring the amount of firewood used that time. So these conventional barns, they used about 7 to 9 kgs of fuel wood per every kg of cured leaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did highlight some of the aspects of the conventional system. Still on that, can you maybe emphasize on the disadvantages of these barns, aligning it to a scenario where we have the modern day farmer, the small scale farmer? There is a shift from the conventional system to other systems that are more efficient, effective, and fuel saving. Can you maybe highlight the disadvantages that come with the continued use of the conventional system?
Yeah, I'll look at its design. You find a conventional barn is a tall barn, which is an updraft. Temperatures fluctuate tremendously. The higher you go, the cooler it becomes. And the flue pipes, the ones that deliver hot air, they're right there at the bottom. At the top there, you find the temperatures being cool or cold temperatures at the top of the barn. If your temperatures at the bottom of the barn is 35 degrees and up there it will be maybe about 25 degrees Celsius. So you have an even or an uniform curing of your tobacco. So you have some variations in that barn. That's another disadvantage. And also the movement of air. It has to move updraft. So the movement of air is restricted by the number of leaves in that barn. Hence, maybe improving from natural air movement to forced air movement that uses electricity. And it is another cost. Introducing electricity, putting in fans there, that's a disadvantage, but that's an extra cost if without looking at amount of firewood being used.
Okay, Mr. Kavene, you would find that Mateka Garama Pras matakagariswa muminda mirefu minda mitsva, they are conventional systems. But the shift, it is happening, but maybe in a slowly, with a slow pace. Would you maybe talk to our farmers there at home, those that are watching, those that intend to shift from the conventional system? Because you would find that it's uneconomic from what you were saying. It's ineffective. Can you talk to our audience there at home in terms of adopting the new systems that are efficient and that are energy saving for our farmers there at home?
Kuvarimirio ndichiti izvezvi mukatarisa miti yedu iri kudisappear, iri kupera. Hatisina miti in fact. So mabhanzi aya paakagadzirwa conventional bands aishandisa miti yakawanda, aishandisa fuel yakawanda. And iyezve taane miti mishoma shoma kana tisina kuzoisa imwe miti. So we have to shift from this system to adopt the new technology which is coming in save fuel, possibly to 1:1, 1 kg of fuel to 1 kg of cured leaf.
Okay. Finally, as we round off this segment, Mr. Kavene, can we talk about our farmers maybe in Karoi? At the end of the day, for every tobacco farmer, their goal is to produce quality tobacco. But from what you were saying, air circulation in the conventional system, we end up having a situation that are run big and a sponge or whatever that comes from maybe fluctuations within the temperatures in Mubani. Can you highlight aligning it to more effective or new ways that are coming? Could ano produce a better quality apart from other than the conventional system in terms of quality and maintenance of quantity throughout the various stages of production? What would you want to say to our tobacco farmers in terms of adopting new technologies in tobacco curing?
I think for starters, TRB had an initiative to come up with a project where new barns were constructed, designing the barn to suit a smallholder farmer. A small barn that can accommodate enough leaves, a small barn that can move air uniformly or evenly in the barn to have a uniform cure.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, finally, can you maybe emphasize to our Zimbabwean farmers how possible it is to move away from this? Mukaenda kuna Karoi, we are still seeing my conventional system. Some of them was my white elephants because no one is using them. But is it possible for a farmer to say, you know what, it's still possible for me to shift from the conventional system and I can get into the newer versions that we are going to be talking about in our segments after this one?
It is too possible. It is very much possible because with the new technology can be retrofitted to the old existing barn. That one can be reduced in height and retrofit the new techniques to that barn.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kawena. That was very detailed. On that note, viewers, we're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the second segment, where we are going to be looking at another way or another method of curing tobacco. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. We are here in the second segment of your program, Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. And today we are looking at the tobacco curing facilities that are energy saving, that are effective and efficient for our Zimbabwean farmers here. Now, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, on 0772 807 506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. Leave your comments and suggestions on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are also now available on Twitter, where most of our pertinent discussions and even those who have questions can get in touch with us. It's at Agribusiness 110. Now, earlier on, before we went to the break, we're looking at the conventional system, which Mr. Kavene here highlighted on and told us of the mechanisms and the various initiatives that are being put in place to ensure that we move gradually from the conventional system to the more advanced facilities that are being put in place by our researchers. Mr. Kavene, we are in the second segment. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Wadzanai. From the conventional barn, in 2011, TRB took an initiative to design a low-cost fuel saver barn or fuel-efficient barn and named it a rocket barn. Okay. This barn, as the name depicts a rocket, it has got two exhaust or two double chimney on it, and hence forcing the air to move very fast through the zigzag furnace in the barn. This barn carries 15,000 leaves per each cure as compared to that ban. Conventional system is a bigger ban. It's a commercial ban. It carries about 80,000 leaves in there. In this ban, air moves evenly in the ban to get a uniform cure.
Okay.
Yeah. Only disadvantage about this ban is that the current moves faster inside there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Gavane, you would find that in the past, we've had our small-scale farmers maybe feeling being left behind by the various initiatives that will be put in place. But here as the research institution, you are highlighting that these facilities are targeting the smallholder farmers so that they remain competitive and viable in the agricultural industry in their tobacco production ventures. I would also want us to highlight and maybe focus on the advantages that are associating with using the rocket ban, be it fuel usage, be it monitoring, and the various techniques that a farmer can employ to ensure that he produces quality tobacco using the rocket ban system.
You find the rocket ban has got a zigzag furnace, which is spaced by 25 centimeters apart from each other, as compared to the conventional ban, which has got some furnaces spaced as 2 meters. So distribution of heat and air in this ban is uniform. Okay. And you get uniform cured leaf, and hence the quality. With this small ban, myself and with my wife, I can reap and fuel this ban within a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of quality, at the end of the day, our farmers, for them to get favorable or higher market prices in tobacco production, it begins with the quality. And quality is derived from curing. You might have gotten it right with your pesticides, with your chemicals, with your agronomic practices that are spot on. But if you miss it on curing, you'd find that you will fetch lower market prices. On the NG, non-gradable, and our farmers are kuchema. Can you talk about maintenance of quality using the rocket ban? For conventional system, we understand that it is an upward movement, heat, but with the rocket ban, we have a minimum carrying capacity, and even the clips you are saying that they will be pegged in such a way in no support production of quality. Let's dwell on quality because it is the center of this episode of this segment.
Yeah, the only time and the place where you can distort the quality or you can make or break, it is during curing time. Okay. With a poor ban, of course, you cannot produce higher quality tobacco, which the machines are looking for. With this ban here, you can maintain the quality because the heat or the current in the ban, it is enclosed in there uniformly. Hence, also having uniform cured leaf, that's the quality you'll be getting. In terms of blemishes, blemishes you get with this ban are quite less as compared to the blemishes you get using the conventional ban.
Okay, vakawene finally ngatitaurene varimi vedu kwatakagara kuminda mirefu vanhu vachiri vakagara mapurazi maiva nemaconventional system pakagoveva minda. But now you are coming with these advancements, rocket ban. Is it possible for a farmer to say, you know what, I am going to modify my conventional into a rocket ban? Is it possible? How effective is it for them? What are your words of encouragement and your sentiments for those farmers who wish or intend to move from the conventional system to the rocket ban? Is it doable? Is it feasible?
It is very much possible, Wazanai. They can convert or retrofit the rocket ban to the existing conventional ban using the new technology.
Okay.
Yes. And also, kurudzira kuti murimi atore this system than kuramba aripa conventional ban. Because conventional ban, kanganisa fodya yake ayasebudiswa kanaka. Also chema pa kuzotengesa fodya. Now with this ban, you find fodya inobuda yakafanana, ban rose is kanaka. It maintains the quality.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Gawene. There you heard it, viewers. We are talking of moving from the conventional system, coming to the rocket ban system. You'd find that maybe in our farms, at times, you need to be 3 or 4 kuti the conventional system, 2,200 clips. But here he is saying, with your wife or with your children, you can fill in a ban in 1 day, rocket ban ring. On that note, we are going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. We are here in the third and final segment of your program, Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness, in support of Vision 2030, where we talk about effective ways of entering into our agricultural enterprises and being profitable as we pave way towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country. Now, in this segment, you would find that it keeps getting better. Earlier on, we spoke of the conventional system. We moved from that and spoke of the rocket barns. And now, at this point in time, we are going to be looking at the KCC1, which is more effective than the first two that we mentioned earlier on. Mr. Gawene, we are in the third and final segment. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. You find in 2015, Tobacco Research Board Kutsaga completed yet another project aiming at producing a low-cost and fuel-efficient ban, which was later named KCC. So with KCC ban, it's a fuel saver ban. You get uniform curing, uniform tobacco, as compared to the rocket ban. With the rocket ban at the bottom tiers, because of its nature, you find the current moves very fast or too fast in the rocket ban. By so doing, fixing green the bottom tiers. With this ban here, the unique part of this ban, it has got double duct system. From the V slot, there is another one, the bottom duct, and we've got another duct which is at the top. So it has got two ducts. The bottom duct, that's where the hot current moves through in a meandering way, in a zigzag way, up to the chimney there. Then the second duct, we use these vents. These vents, they allow ambient air to get into the ban. That ambient air is sucked through the top duct in a reverse system, hence counter current. That's where the name derived from.
Okay.
Yes. So the ambient air is preheated and exhausted into the ban itself, so that we've got uniform warmth in the ban. And that air drives humidity slowly, gradually out of the ban. Fixing green, it is something to talk about the past, not now.
Okay.
Yes, but you find that this ban will not fix green because the radiant heat is protected by the top duct.
Okay.
But the radiant heat, we find it at the bottom duct, and the top duct, it has protected it has formed some shield, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, to protect from it burning or scorching the tips of the leaves.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gawene. You did touch on color fixing, which is where the gist of curing tobacco is. I would like us to highlight also more on the advantages that come with the KCC1, aligning it to the rocket ban. Now, when you're talking of the KCC1, it is possible for a farmer to say, I used to have a rocket ban. I want to turn it into the KCC1. And what are some of the designs or the carrying capacity that you'd want to highlight on the differences and maybe the advantages that come with adopting the KCC1, which is more advanced, of course?
Yeah, it is very much possible to use the same rocket ban we have got, the existing one, to retrofit the technology of the KCC to the rocket ban. Okay. But your carrying capacity of the rocket ban won't change. The 15,000 leaves will not change. You only improve on the cure produced. Okay. That will improve. And also on the amount of fuel used will improve as well. There will be reduction of usage of fuel if you retrofit the KCC to the rocket ban. This ban, despite carrying 45,000 leaves, you find that it uses less fuel compared to the rocket ban. This ban uses 3.5 kgs per every kg of cured leaf, and the rocket ban uses 4 kgs of fuel wood per every kg of tobacco cured.
How is the uptake of these new technologies like?
Through the merchants, I don't have statistics as yet, but through the merchants, it is already there, out there. It's being used by some of the growers. Okay. In 2011, the Tribac, in conjunction with TRB, they introduced the rocket ban, which was well adopted by the communities. And they followed suit, other merchants as well, in trying to spread the word and selling this idea to the growers. Yes, they are taking it, but the challenge is, do we have the trees to cure our tobacco?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you spoke of fuel. You spoke of the trees that are being used as a primary source of fuel to cure tobacco. Now you spoke of trees being the primary source of fuel to cure tobacco. And as a researcher, you'd find that our agricultural value chains emanate from research to production. Now, research is saying that we need to move away from trees, from deforestation, so that we remain sustainable and even fetch a higher market share on the world market when it comes to production of tobacco, as we pave way towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country, of course. With me now, I'm holding two sources of fuel that can be used in these systems that you have highlighted earlier on. Can you maybe introduce this to us and align them to sustainability? What are these? How can they be used? How are they effective from the trees, of course, that we are used to as a country?
With me here, Wazanai, look, as you understand, research doesn't end. It is something that continues until another generation and the generation.
Yes.
So because of the dwindling population of our trees, Kusaga is still researching on different types of curing fuel for our tobacco. Here with me, I've got this briquette made out of banana grass. That's grass, uswa.
Okay.
Uswa, then it's well compacted to make a brick.
Okay.
We can use this to cure tobacco. We are doing it here. It is still on trial.
Okay.
Yes. You just put it in there, start your fire, keep putting it in. Just wait for 1 hour or 2 hours, your temperatures will be at optimum.
Okay.
So with this one here, this sawdust, where those guys are playing around with wood and they are making furniture, you get the sawdust, compact it to make this brick.
Okay.
So you can use this brick as well, and it holds a lot of fire or heat than grass,
Okay.
but both they're quite good.
Mr. Kavene, we did talk of these modes of fuel. Can we talk about the trees or the researches that are in place, that are being put in place to ensure that we also have more exotic trees that can support tobacco curing?
More recently, TRB has introduced eco trees. Those are on trial. And we're also bringing in some bamboos.
Okay.
They're also on trial. But with the one we know, eucalyptus, gum trees, miti yoyo, taimbo pavanu seed.
Yes.
Kuti vadyare ma-machines, ma-companies, aipa vanhu futi seed. Asi vakanga vasinganodyara seed iyo vaitorasa, vachifocasa kuti tine misasa, tine everything. Now misasa hakuchisina. So TRB made an idea to start producing gum seedlings at TRB, which will be dispatched to the farmers. And currently we are dispatching through SAA to the growers out there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kavene. Finally, can you encourage our Zimbabwean farmers, our tobacco farmers? They are still in the fields, to those who can afford irrigation facilities. But we also have those who will be coming in much later, simadinda kwanaya. But wese vachasangana kumabhani patinenge takunopisa fodya. Can we talk about sustainability in tobacco production? Can you talk to our farmers in terms of curing of the leaf? Because that is where mari is. Ndokune mari curing, ndokune quality.
Thank you very much, Wazanai. Must I say, let's stop chijairira. I'm used to this system, yes. Old system of destroying environment and so on. Let's draw a line and say, past is past. Let's look into the future. That's where we are going. Without curing fuel, you cannot grow tobacco successfully. Yes. You need to have enough or adequate curing fuel before you even start planting your crop in the field. Gone are the days when people used to go out there and just cut msasa munyoro and you will not get the temperatures you require.
Yes.
Those temperatures won't be there because munyoro ine mvura. So for starters, you need to have enough or adequate firewood made of gum trees. Enough curing fuel, then you look at your field. Plant your tobacco, then prepare the buns.
Okay. Can you also maybe highlight on the uses of coal? Coal might eventually be banned. And even talking to our growers out there, Rusape Karoi, where not manje mugamuka to isa paper, apana no experience a run big temperature no vedona because gamur no go to riveradzima. Can you talk to them about these methods, these new advancements that are there to support curing in tobacco?
I think while we are using coal, but let's also think ahead to say, okay, coal will be banned, of course, that's a fact, and it's being phased out gradually as we go. By 2025, everyone will be expected to cure tobacco using firewood. But from what? From gums, or we use these. Okay. Yeah. We also have got new technologies. Solar system will be used as well. It's being introduced, it's being tried at TRB. And we have some gas LPG gas will be used as well to cure tobacco. Now with these new inventions, new technology, you find that these barns are designed to use less firewood. With a small woodlet, you can cure your tobacco using that.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kavene. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you, Wazanai.
There you heard it, viewers. We were talking of the various techniques and mechanisms and even facilities that have been put in place to ensure that tobacco production remains a profitable business. From me, your host, Wazanai Manyore. I'm also on Instagram. It's a W Manyore. And the crew behind the scenes. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.